I chose it for the small group feel, but it ended up being a lot more than that by the end of it. I can't imagine if I had chosen anywhere else at this point.
I wanted to go to a school that was small enough that I could have a personalized learning experience. Harlexton was clearly a big draw. I went there for a semester.
I really liked the classes and the research that I got to do, both during the semester and during the summer. I also enjoyed study abroad.
I've had people that went to other universities call me and ask for help with their upper level courses because they just didn't get as much information as I did.
Small class sizes are awesome because you really get to know your teachers and all of your classmates.
For me to educate students effectively, not only do I need to deliver material and for them to, I think, absorb that material and somewhat synthesize that material, but I think all that comes together much better when there is a more intimate setting. Intimate settings in lecture, lab.
I have very high opinions of my professors. They've all been very concerned with each student's well-being.
It couldn't be better. They really want you. You can tell, that you're wanted. And I think that's really important, feeling that you're wanted.
I think we take an active interest in our students' lives and our students' career interests. And I think that really helps students as they explore career paths.
My teachers have really helped me understand the material and not just memorize it. So that's definitely going to be a big help moving forward in my career.
The faculty here is excellent. I never had teachers who were as passionate about what they're teaching than when I came here to UE. They really care about what they're teaching you. They really care that you're sitting there in the class, that it matters to them that you're here.
They are so warm and caring. They really go out of their way to make sure you're comfortable. Your first year as a biology student, they'll set you up with a mentor, like an upperclassman, that'll sort of help you learn what things are important to do for tests and things like that, because when you're a freshman, you don't really know.
Actually applying what you learn from the classroom in lab is one of the more fulfilling parts of learning.
By engaging students in undergraduate research, they have better critical thinking skills, analytical skills, writing skills, communication skills. It really does a lot to enhance their undergraduate education. All of which I think, regardless of where you end up as a career, are going to be important skill sets to have.
What we give our students is the tools to understand how to build that knowledge and to add new knowledge to their existing repertoire. And so they can continue learning even after they're done with college.
You really get to know what you're doing research-wise, so then when you go on later to apply to medical school and they ask you about your research, which they definitely will in the interview, you'll know what you're talking about. I got a really great experience because I did everything. And then afterwards we published and I got to write the whole paper one-on-one with me and the professor, working through several drafts. So, by the end of it, I had a publication, which is really hard to do in the first place. So if I hadn't had that relationship with them, I never would have been able to do research and get all of that experience and get a publication out of it.
I don't think that I would have gone on to graduate school if I'd gone to a large university, because I wouldn't have had nearly the same research experiences.
What we offer then as students, I think, is a very well-rounded degree program that tries to suit those kinds of needs, whether it's medical school or graduate school. We've been very successful in that regard. If you look at the number of students that apply to medical school and graduate school.
Our students in the biology department, they have been extremely successful. They have gone on to graduate schools. Our graduates who graduate and go on to medical school, similarly, they do extremely well, and then they come back and they tell us how well prepared they are for what they are currently doing. And it's also true for our students who enter the workforce. I think in general, they all say that we have given them this really excellent preparation for their career choices. And I'm really proud of our faculty that we have been able to do that.
They really go out of their way to make sure that you're gonna do well and succeed in the program.
I would say that they should pick UE because of the small class sizes, how helpful all the teachers are. I've learned so much here.
I would say that picking the University of Evansville will provide you with a very solid background in science. No matter what you plan on doing with your degree, whether it's med school or pre-professional or even teaching in science, I feel like the well-rounded approach that UE provides is more than enough to help you succeed after graduation.